What's up, everybody? Ninja Nick here with Tactical Gaming, bringing you a quick video. Now, this one, I've been kind of telling a few people that, the government has been talking about stimulus checks again. In all honesty, they shouldn't do a stimulus check. If they do anything, they should do a one-time payment. And I've done the math on this a couple times. So, they can literally afford to give adults, each adult in the country, $108,000. So if you go off the numbers that they give you here, now this guy right here, this is his channel, Weiss Flies, WISE Flies, FLYS. Okay, so they want to do a $1,200 checks per month plus 600 per child, right? Which, depending on how many kids you have, that's about 1,800 plus dollars, right? And if you do that times 12, that's a little bit more. And then if you go by 5 years, like they put on here, they want you to go, and this is projected by Ilham Omar, which honestly I don't really like her very much considering several things that she's done. And no, like her background of like, the fact that she's Muslim and everything doesn't bother me none. Actually, I've known quite a few really awesome Muslim people. But it's the fact that she lies, 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 lies. She pretty much married her brother, and she did some other really, really nasty stuff. But digress. Get into more of it. So they want to do a whole like 1,200 plus 600 per child for 5 years. Okay, so overall with that 5 years, it would be about 108 plus $1,000 depending on how many kids you got. So why not? And I already did the math on this. Technically, actually, per American taxpayer, who's not in prison, right? They can actually give you 256,500 and some odd dollars. That's how much the government could give you. And I'm not saying could. It's more of like, let me rephrase, with how much money they gave Ukraine, which they should not have given to Ukraine, right? 75 plus $billion, right? Well, they could have, if they gave it to Americans instead, which would have helped and fixed our economy back then, would have been 256,586 some odd dollars, something like that. That's a lot of money. And that's per tax paying American who is not breaking the law. Which, I mean, that also should, come into play. So if you literally have like felonies for assault or anything else like that, hell no, you should not get that money. Considering, the unemployment czar, whatever her name was, and I already did a video on it. This was days ago. Check it out. It's on both Rumble and YouTube. But she gave away $32 million, or yeah, $32 million worth of aid that was supposed to go to unemployment people, to people overseas, and criminals currently in prison. So yeah, so I can see this being a somewhat possibility, but in all actuality, they should do a one-time payment, direct payment into your bank account, right? Not a check. That'd be a bad idea because then you're gonna have mail workers and all that other stuff going through people's mail. So you not to mention there's certain places where like mail carriers won't go. There's plenty of places in Chicago they will not go, and New York and a few other states. But the projection of this is kind of like, if they're pushing this, why not just do a one time payment? That's it. One time payment per adult American, right? And literally say, this is it. That's it. No more. Now, at the same time, this 5 year program that they're projecting is also if, like, Biden wins. If Biden wins, then yeah, that would explain the whole 5 years because he still has one more year, technically. And then when the running goes, and let's say he wins, that's another 4 years, so five right there. See what I mean? So, in all honesty, this is literally just a ploy to get people to vote for Biden, which then also says, are they going to wait until next year to do this? Because Ilham Omar is saying she's going to continuously push for it. In all honesty, now I don't believe in giving, everyone free money, but I think the tax paying Americans who have suffered and who have lost their jobs, their businesses, lost out on unemployment, lost out on food stamps, lost out on cash aid because of the horrible way the Biden administration has ran this administration, they owe it to the American people. And I do mean the taxpayers, the ones who actually were going to work, the ones who were actually doing their jobs, and the ones who are actually paying their bills. They should get that per American at least. And with doing the numbers, it was at least 108,000. So even if you gave every single American taxpayer, and this is every single one, not excluding marriage people, because you can bet that's probably what they'll do. They'll probably go, oh hey, look, you're married, so you're only gonna get 100 some odd thousand, and then plus the 600 per kid, right? So, in my opinion, do one lump sum payment of 100 plus thousand or more to every taxpayer. That's it. And that's it. And then, make it to the point to where all that funds, all that money can't go overseas, can't go anywhere other than into the American economy, right? So if you want to use that money to pay off your house, do it. If you want to use that money to catch up on bills, do it. If you need that money to pay for food because food prices are insane in every location across the country, okay? Give it to the American people because they need it and they deserve it because you, the Democrats and Republicans, have stolen enough money and taxpayer dollars of the American people, and you deserve that money. And I'm talking to the taxpayers. You deserve that. They don't. And at the same time, I think everyone in Congress, the Senate, and everything else should now be investigated and held responsible for any and all funds that they got that swayed their elections, that swayed their decisions, their choices, and everything else. Because if you're going to expect low level employees to not accept kindness or charity or anything from anyone, from any other kind of thing, then Republicans, Democrats, all that, they should not accept the same kind of concept. You know what I mean? But that's it for the video. I don't want to get all the way into it because he does delve deep, about 10 to plus minutes into it. Nah, it's like I just want to make this kind of short. But I have no problem with this. It's just the dynamic of it. Considering the fact that they know they can do it and they're complaining about debt ceiling and all this other kind of crap. So, like, share, subscribe, spread the word. Hopefully, you all enjoy it. Catch me in the next one. Later, y'all.